So you're probably wondering, what's on today's video? Spy AK-64, aka Spider-Man's alternative other identity. Well, you see here, my children, today we're here to talk about a NASCAR team in the Xfinity series that recently has shut down their doors. What is it? Who's the team? Well, I don't know. Hey, you know what? Let's ask. Let's ask Curious George right here. What do you think shut down? Which Xfinity team do you think shut down, Curious George? He's not talking. He's not talking. Who did it? Apparently George doesn't know. So, oh man, I think I heard my little monkey friend. But anyways, on today's show, welcome to NASCAR News Discussion episode 113, I think we're on. And today, we're here to talk about Roush Fenway Racing and their Xfinity program and the recent shutting down of the team.
Back down, they block. The 60 goes around. Briscoe hard into the wall.
Finally, the 60 car will be put out of its misery. So, if you guys don't know, that it was announced just a couple of weeks ago that Roush Fenway Racing will be shutting down their NASCAR Xfinity Series program. And honestly, you know what? Wasn't really surprised one bit. Considering that this team, well, for the past few years that this team was still operating and running, they really have declined, really downhill. But you know what? Let's actually dive back to to the beginning of Roush Fenway Racing's Xfinity program. The Xfinity Series operation began in 1992 with the number 60 driven by Mark Martin. The number 60 team has been dominant through its history, assuming many wins with Martin, 3 driver championships with Greg Biffle in 2002, Carl Edwards in 2007, and Chris Buescher in 2015, and an owner's championship with Edwards in 2011. The 16 won back-to-back drivers championships in 2011 and 2012 with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Following the departures of Ryan Reed, Chase Briscoe, and Austin Cindric, Roush Xfinity program was closed following the 2018 season. And so in total, here are the statistic list of the Roush Fenway Xfinity program. So their first race was the 1992 Goodies 300 at Daytona, and their last race was the 2018 Ford EcoBoost 300 at Homestead. They have competed on 100, 1,000, 698 races, and in total they won 5 NASCAR Xfinity Series championships, one in 2002, 2007, 2011, 2012, and 2015. In total, they have achieved 137 race victories and 96 pole awards. So now that we have looked through the Roush Fenway Racing's Xfinity stats and their history, let's now talk about the moment you've all been waiting for. What is my opinion on this whole freaking topic? So honestly, first off, like I said, I was really not surprised one bit. And the reason is because, well, one, this team has really, really declined. Almost like their Cup program, it really has declined. I mean, honestly, this team is almost like Furniture World Racing. Just not too long ago, in 2015 was really not that long ago. even though I really kind of over exaggerate and say it was kind of a long time ago. But who cares? Um, yeah, I mean, not long ago, they won the NASCAR Xfinity Series championship with, Chris Buescher and stuff like that. And you also want to know something else? Chris Buescher, after he won that Xfinity Series championship, he really is just been a part of really just terrible rides. He was with Front Row Motorsports for like 1 year. He won a rain shortened race. And then he also went to JTD Dory Racing. And hey, Roush Fenway Racing still has not given him his Cup ride. Great job, Roush Racing. My God, this team is terrible. Just more terrible than Roush than not Roush Racing. I meant Richard Childress Racing. I meant. So now I just want to talk about the three teams that they had in 2018 and just analyze them. First off, let's go over the 6 car. Now the 6 car was only driven one time. That was only driven one time this year by Connor Daly at Road America. Now, if you guys didn't know, IndyCar driver Connor Daly ran a NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Road America, and yeah. But also, I also mentioned that race was supposed to be backed up. It was supposed to be sponsored by Lilly Diabetes, until it was then announced that Connor Daly's dad said the N-word or something like that. Now, that obviously caused a lot of controversy and stuff like that, and Lilly Diabetes stepped out, but here's why it's not really a big deal. He said that 30 years ago. And and this affected Connor Daly somehow, and all of a sudden Lilly Diabetes decided, oh, we're going to step out of his sponsorship. No, let's not do that. Let's just step out of NASCAR. Because of something as Dad said 30 years ago, who he was sorry about, by the way, guys. He was sorry about it. And yeah, somehow Connor Daly has something to do with it. So yeah, Lilly Diabetes, great sponsor. Not really, I'm being sarcastic. But anyways, so yeah, the 6 team, whatever. I mean, yeah, won a championship and then shut down in 2017 because Bubba Wallace couldn't find sponsorship. Sponsorship, man. It has all control of NASCAR now. My God. And so let's now talk about the 16 car, which is driven by Ryan Reed, who was basically a paid driver. He was just there just to ride it out. I mean, he won 2 races, stuff like that. Now, his story is actually, it's actually a really good story. How he told he couldn't race because he had diabetes and stuff like that. And with a push from Chris Buescher on the final lap of that 2015 Daytona race, he got the win. And it was a pretty cool moment. And he also got a second win at Daytona in 2017 and stuff like that. But 2018, yeah, really wasn't a good year for him. He made the chase, got knocked out in the first round. He basically was there just to ride it out, basically a paid driver. And Ryan Reed, probably won't see him in NASCAR again, because Lilly Diabetes, they left NASCAR. And yeah, man, a lot of sponsors leaving the sport in just 1 year. That's pretty amazing. And so let's now talk about the infamous 60 team. Oh my God, the 60 car almost wrecked in almost every race in 2018. I cannot believe you how many times this car has hit the wall or has made contact with it or was the big highlight out of today's NASCAR Xfinity Series race. I mean, seriously, big highlight. The 60 car driven by insert driver here crashed on the outside wall of Daytona or something like that. I mean, oh my God. I mean, the 60 car was just cursed. It was cursed. And man, I'm glad that car is being put out of its misery just because, just also I just feel bad for the guys, the crew chief and all the crew members that were there trying to, pit this Xfinity car that keeps wrecking and wrecking and wrecking. Also, by the way, we put basically 3 inexperienced drivers in there. We put a Rich Brat and Austin Cindric, who crashed a lot of times in that car. Ty Majeski, iRacing boy, in that car, and we also put young prospect Chase Briscoe, and then he crashed in that car. So it seems like that it seems like that the 60 car, even when you put a Rich Brat, a iRacing boy, and a young talented driver in the car, it's still gonna wreck. It's still gonna wreck. I mean, my God. So, I knew the 60 team was gonna shut down, but the whole entire Xfinity program, I wasn't expecting that. So now is the remaining question: what is Roush from Racing going to do now? What's kind of happened to all these drivers? We know Austin Cindric and Chase Briscoe got rides. Ty Majeski is probably just going to be, I don't know, race on iRacing, just to hope if someone can pick him up or something like that. And Ryan Reed is just going to sit down on his couch with his dog, watching the races and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think most likely these guys will get rides, and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure. But also, I also have to say that Roush Racing, I think, kind of did the right thing. Their Xfinity program was not even doing that good, and I think now their primary focus is the Cup program. They're going to be trying to work really hard to have them win races, and try to compete for the 2019 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series Championship, and with 2 drivers at their hands, like Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who I think could maybe win a race next year, and with a washed-up Ryan Newman. I think Roush Racing is really just simply focusing on their Cup program. Plus, they don't have to spend money, on crash damage, and stuff like that. So overall, wasn't really surprised that Roush Racing shut down their Xfinity program. Their team was basically dead, and stuff like that. They went from being a really good team in the Xfinity series to now no one there is competitive, man. No one there is competitive. Now, there's a big difference between Roush Racing and Furniture Row Racing. One, Furniture Row Racing was actually good in their final few times in NASCAR. And while Roush Racing's Xfinity program, afterwards, they just sucked. They pretty much just sucked. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. Comment down below what are your thoughts and opinions on this topic. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. See you guys later.